In previous lecture, we have seen Gibbs phase rule, terms involved in this Gibbs phase rule, two equilibrium, metastable equilibrium, phase diagram, and one component system. Today, we are going to discuss the examples of one component system. The first example that we are going to see is water system. Now, this particular system consists of three phases: ice, water, and vapor phase. Now, why this water system is one component system? Now here, only one chemical individual, that is H2O, is required to express composition of each phase participating in the state of equilibrium. That's why it is one component system. How many number of phases in equilibrium depends upon pressure, temperature, condition, and can be conveniently studied with the help of phase diagram. Now let us see the phase diagram of water system. Pressure, temperature diagram. Now this water system phase diagram consists of three curves. OA, OB, OC. These three curves divide this diagram into three areas: area AOB, area AOC, and area BOC. Each area consists of one phase in equilibrium. Area AOC consists of ice phase in equilibrium. Area AOB consists of water phase in equilibrium, and area BOC consists of vapor phase in equilibrium. Now let us see the general explanation of curves. Now here, along the curve, along the any curve, two phases are in equilibrium, and therefore, according to phase rule, C minus P plus 2, we have 1 minus 2 plus 2, that is equal to 1. That means, along the curve, the degree of freedom is 1. That means, curves are univariant. What it means? If you want to define system on the curve, it required only one variable to be fixed. By stating one variable, we can define system on the curve, either temperature or pressure. That's why curves are univariant. Now let us see the general explanations of areas. Now in area, only one phase in equilibrium, and according to Gibbs phase rule, here we get 1 minus 1 plus 2, that is equal to 2. That means areas are bivariant. What it means? It means that if you want to define system in area, we have to fix two variables. We have to state two variables. Unless stating two variables, we cannot define system in area. That's why system is bivariant in areas. Now, let us see the individual explanation of curve. Curve OB. Now, along this curve OB, two phases are in equilibrium, which are water and vapor. That means along this curve we can measure vapor pressure of water with temperature, varying temperature. Therefore, it is called as vapor pressure curve of water, or it may be called as boiling point curve of water. As temperature increases, we come across this curve OB, and here at point B, now this point B is called as critical point, up to which we can measure vapor pressure of water. Beyond that, we cannot measure vapor pressure of water, because at this particular B point, temperature 374 degrees centigrade and pressure 1218 atmosphere. If we add water in this particular condition, that water immediately get vaporized. That means this is the critical point up to which we can measure vapor pressure of water. Beyond that, we cannot measure the vapor pressure of water. Now, if we get reverse this curve, that means if we cool water along the curve BO, if cooling is careful, without stirring, instead of getting ice at O point, we come across this dotted curve OB dash, and at point B dash, instead of getting ice here, we get water at -4 degrees centigrade, and that water is called as supercooled water. Now here, that water is in a metastable state, and therefore this curve OB dash is called as metastable curve. Though this point is in the ice area, but still it contains water, therefore it is metastable. Now consider the curve OC. Along this curve OC, two phases are in equilibrium, which are they? Ice and vapor. And we know, when solid remain in equilibrium with vapor, that means solid directly converted into vapor, that process is called as sublimation. And therefore, this curve is called as sublimation curve. Sublimation curve. That means, along this curve OC, we can measure vapor pressure of ice, and therefore it also called as vapor pressure curve of ice. Now consider the curve OA. Now along this curve OA, two phases are in equilibrium, which are they? Ice and water. Now, ice and water are in equilibrium at a particular temperature. That means that temperature is called as melting point of ice. And therefore, there are various melting points of ice at varying temperatures. Varying pressures. As we see, this curve OA is inclined towards the pressure axis. It indicates that the melting point of ice decreases as pressure increases. Now all these three curves meet at point O. Meet at point O. Now at point O, three phases are in equilibrium: ice, water, and vapor. Now, at this particular point O, if we apply Gibbs phase rule, now F is equal to 1 minus 3 plus 2, that is equal to 0. That means this point O is non-variant point, or it is called as triple point. Now here, system need not require to state any variable to define completely. This is self-explanatory point, and it's here temperature is 0.0075 degrees centigrade and pressure is 4.58 mm. These two, pressure and temperatures, are automatically fixed. We need not require to fix these variables, and that's why it is triple point. It is a self-explanatory point and it is a non-variant point. This is all about the explanation of this water system.